イメージしろ、自由に限界を超えた未来の自分をやってやるよ。領域展開。環合暗影帝不完全ブサイクもいいとこだ。だが今はこれでいい。
I was going back and forth in my head about how I would want to do this video for you guys or with you guys. I kind of have it in my head that it's only constructive if I make videos that directly provide some kind of information or boon to you guys. But this video is not going to be that. This video is going to be more about me just kind of talk to you guys about what I'm going through and what I'm thinking about, and just kind of go from there and see how it goes. So on YouTube I go by the name of Bam, but my name is Kriston, and in today's video I want to talk about, I know what I want to do, but I'm stuck. For the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, I've been feeling this resistance towards making content on YouTube. Not because I don't enjoy it anymore, but I think it's because I've shifted my attention to the wrong things when it comes to making content. I can see it now, how it's impacting my ability to push past resistance. I'm not going to say that like throughout my life I haven't experienced resistance when it comes to making content or doing things. I have, but the joy of doing that thing is always overridden, you know, the resistance to YouTube, right? I've always looked forward to a certain anime I'm watching or a certain topic I want to talk about, and you know, whatever resistance, whether it be cleaning my room or whether it be taking care of other work before this, I was always able to push through that resistance, clear the things up on my list so I could create space to make content. But over time, I don't know, the resistance started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I honestly was beating myself up about not creating content. I'm not saying it went into toxic ranges, but it would just be a lot of negative self-talk that I was doing, and I just was not creating content. And anytime you guys would see me create content was me, you know, pushing myself to be like, I have to make it. Thankfully, I'm part of this YouTube support group with some very close friends of mine, and we keep each other accountable. And if it wasn't for that accountability system, especially this year, yo, you guys might not have seen me for a couple months. I'm really grateful for my team. I'm really grateful for my team of fellow YouTubers. My boy Ty, my boy Joey, my brother Andre. Shout out to you guys, because you guys really helped me through this time I've been going through. To bring you guys to a little bit of perspective, I have this vision of not just the type of content creator I want to be, but a type of individual, the type of man I want to be in life. I haven't been living up to that, and it's kind of funny, as I was building up to making this video, from having a conversation with my brother Andre, I started almost coming to the answer of why of why I haven't done that. And if editing me did this correctly, then you guys would have seen the initial scene before this of Megami. So I'm a big fan of Jujutsu Kaisen, and it's all gonna make sense, guys. Don't worry, it's all gonna make sense. I'm a big fan of Jujutsu Kaisen. There's one character that I never thought I really would relate with, because he's not really the typical character I gravitate towards, and it's Megami. And in the JJK community, in the anime community, Megami there's a lot of memes about Megami, right? Megami is, without going into spoilers, he's known as Potential Man. The guy that has all this potential, the guy that has the curse technique that can challenge Gojo Satoru, the Infinity, you know, the guy that Sukuna has a hard-on for, right, is Megami Fushiguro, Potential Man. This guy has all this potential, but never really seems to live up to the potential that was presented to him. And how that kind of relates to me right now is that I kind of see myself as having so much potential to do and be a variety of different things. And I'm also the type of person that kind of looks ahead a little bit too far. And I'm working on pulling back that vision, because I see all these different paths I can take. And I feel like myself being torn between all these different paths. It's kind of like playing an MMORPG that gives you the ability to build out your character however which way you want. And you're kind of like, you know what? I can't pick between all the paths, so I'm just going to do everything at the same time. And it's cool initially, right? It's cool at the beginning of the game because you have this time, you're in the tutorial phase, you know, you're fighting against these small little mobs and all that stuff. But once you get to the higher levels, specialization becomes very useful, because it's only when you get to the specialization skill trees is when you start getting the really powerful abilities. Is when you start to get really tight and clear with your playstyle. Is when you get really clear about your strengths and weaknesses. But if you try to branch off your stats evenly all throughout the game without really focusing on certain things that you want, you can find that in some games it could become kind of hard. And that's what I've been noticing with life. I have all these different branches of possibilities that there's part of me that doesn't let go of these branches. It wants to like give each thing an opportunity to grow, but I just am limited in my time and my resources. And so what I'm noticing is that my impact when it comes to my videos, when it comes to my presence, when it comes to my relationships, to my work, I can feel my impact being dull, if that makes sense. I could feel what I'm able to bring to the table feeling diluted. Is like this jack of all trades phenomenon, but is barely feeling like a jack of all trades, because a jack of all trades is assumed to be pretty good at everything. It's like the path that I feel like I've been on for this past couple of months is feeling barely decent at everything. And so I relate to Megami in that front when it comes to potential. And there's a scene that's been playing in my head recently since a conversation I had with my brother, is a scene with Megami where he kind of like casts all his expectations and ideas of what he should be and what he should do and his limitations on himself aside. And he goes like, well, freak it. I'm just going to do this thing right now. Never did it before, whatever. And the line that clicks into my head is, it is sloppy work at best. Initially, when I first heard the line, I didn't know why it just resonated in my heart so much. The idea of it being sloppy work at best, and that being okay, and that being enough for Megami to win, right? He releases domain expansion. It's not a proper domain, but it gets a job done, right? It solves the problem he has in front of him. And I think after reflecting on it more, I understand why it hit me so much. Is because when I first started doing YouTube, I kind of embraced the mess. I embraced that element of it being sloppy work at best, because I didn't care. The purpose of YouTube for me was just to have fun and create content I enjoyed. A YouTuber I followed back then that inspired me to do YouTube was Casey Neistat. And what I enjoyed about Casey Neistat is that he's this messy, he's like the perfect blend of chaos and order, because his style, his videography is messy. It's like a big kid, but there's an order to the madness, right? Like if you go to his studio that he had in New York City, it's just cluttered with a whole bunch of stuff, but everything is labeled and he knows where everything is. And everything is like custom made, that it makes it personal to him, right? It's like everything is just his, he knows where everything is, but it looks like chaos to everyone else. It's even his video style feels messy, but it feels like him, you know? It feels like he's comfortable in it. It feels like it's true. And when I first started doing YouTube, I embodied that, and that felt good to me. The idea of being my authentic self and expressing that in my videos. And my authentic self was a nerd, right? That was into anime and Marvel and DC movies, and loves talking about it and expressing his excitement about it, but is also a nerd that loves self-improvement. I'm talking about like the real self-improvement, that good old nourishment for the body, mind, and the soul. The stuff that like you can make practical in your life, not just wishful wish fulfillment, but like practical stuff. That's me. And so like I like to consider myself a buff nerd, because that's what I told myself I was going to be in high school. Like when I was getting bullied in high school and, you know, figuring out what I wanted to be, I knew I had two choices that I could have made, because I have at least in the past, I had a very adaptive personality. I knew I could either cool down on my nerdiness and just be a little bit more normal, be a little bit more cool and chill, or I could double down on my nerdiness and figure out ways to protect myself and to also protect other people that are nerds as well. And so I chose to double down on my nerdiness because, hey, these people that are bullying me, why am I going to try to be normal for them, right? Because they don't care about me, right? They never cared about me, but it's my nerdy brothers and sisters that actually did. And the nerd culture stuff, the anime inspired me and gives me joy, and Marvel and DC movies inspires me to be a hero of my own life and my own story. So I'm going to double down on that. And so I end up being like, you know what? If I want to be a nerd, I also got to be able to protect myself. And a lot of the characters that I aspire to be like are able to protect themselves. And so I decided to become a buff nerd. I embraced the pursuit of being a buff nerd, and that's what got me into working out and training. And that's what started the persona of BAM. That was the beginning seeds of what BAM represents today. I feel like I just went off on a tangent there. Sorry about that, guys, but hopefully it makes sense to the grand scheme of things. At some point, especially this year, I stopped being messy. I started to try to refine my skill set and improve my quality. Something that me and my friends in my YouTube channel we talk about is the idea of quality. Quality means for us is putting more time and energy to make your videos more engaging for audiences, right? The idea of spending more time editing, learning new skills, developing things out to make videos that when you click on it, you're more likely to stay watching it, because watch time for YouTube is king, right? If you can get a video that has an amazing watch time, that's how you get advertisements, that's how you get more views to your channel. Like the algorithm hungers for videos with long watch time. Like it's delicious to them, right? And so it's a valid thing to consider when trying to grow and develop your YouTube channel, improving your videos so that it has more watch time, whether having a more intriguing topic, whether it means being more personable, or in the case that I was pursuing for a little bit, spending more time editing and developing. Also, and this is where we get to what was causing the major block for me, guys. The research and development part of being a YouTuber is looking at other people in your niche and seeing what they're doing. For me, the niche I'm trying to break into and be a point of reference in is the anime fitness niche, right? You know, the videos where you're the Toji full body workout video, how to get a demon back like Baki, right? Like how to have endurance like Rock Lee, those kind of videos, right? And so I started looking at other YouTubers in that niche to kind of get ideas, to kind of see how they're doing it. There's a lot of amazing YouTubers in the space. What I realized from studying them, I became obsessed with trying to create videos on a similar level as them. I became obsessed with trying to improve my quality to match their videos. And over time, I became more consumed with my viewership, being like, oh, I'm investing how much time into a video to get views, and I'm trying to do it based on other YouTubers I'm watching. So I'm kind of hitting myself from two fronts. I'm first shutting down my individuality by comparing and copying other YouTubers' styles and techniques to get views. And then, because I'm less fulfilled by my content because less of me is in it, now I'm putting everything into how much views this video is getting. And then when I see the views not hidden, it's like boom, boom. It's like getting hit from both fronts, man. It's, I think about it now, like talking about it with you guys is so cathartic, because I couldn't really put into words what I was going through mentally. And it's because I convinced myself to become a more clean, refined person, to become a more algorithmic entity on YouTube. I reduced self-expression to optimize for your viewership. And it was destroying me. No wonder the voice inside me was like, why do we want to create YouTube videos anymore, right? It's like, okay. You want to get to 1 million subscribers, but you want to get to 1 million subscribers by doing something not your own way, following someone else's rulebook, not your own? Like, one thing I know for certain about who I am is I need the things I do to feel genuine to me. Like, when it comes to this YouTube thing, when it comes to my own career path, it needs to feel like me, bro. Like, the things that there's things in life that I'm okay with doing someone else's script and making that person feel like the main character in that moment. Like, I'm perfectly okay if someone else, this is their territory and they need me as a side character. I'm there to do my best support. No problem. Embracing my Krillin energy. No problem. But when it comes to this right here, guys, when it comes to this YouTube thing right here, it's gotta be me. And I gotta be real with you guys. I love making YouTube videos. I love being creative with it, but I'm not going to kill myself over making a video super polished and shiny and sprinkly and super clean edits and audio sounding amazing and all that stuff. Maybe someday maybe someday, if God blesses his YouTube channel to be successful, I'll hire an editor to do all that. But hey, I feel like I'm comfortable now with embracing the mess. Dude, when I tell you that feels good to get off my chest, like to get that, it feels good. And there's a part of me that knows that not a lot of people are gonna watch this video. Like, I would be surprised that more than 10 people click on this video. But that's perfectly okay to me. Like, this video really is not meant for me to get a huge amount of views. If you're a person watching this video and you want to comment down below and add your point of view and stuff, I am happy with it. I am perfectly okay with that. Please do. But this is more of like a diary entry for me right now, guys. But hey, what does that mean for the channel? Hopefully it means more content. Hopefully it means less stressing out about the videos I make. Hopefully it means having more fun with the content I create. I'm still going to be focused on that anime fitness niche, while also sharing my life and perspective as a nerd. Vision I have for myself as a person is this: I like thinking of myself as a tactical brawler. If I play MMORPGs, I like playing classes that have a really good amount of HP or a good amount of ability to recover their HP, and can hit hard, can move moderately fast. They have some movement mechanics, but they also have some tactical elements to them. Maybe they have a few buffing or debuffing skills. Maybe they have a few magical abilities to have, but mostly they're a frontline fighter that can dip. Not necessarily a berserker, but somebody that can be up in the front, that has some options, that doesn't mind to get their hands dirty, you know what I mean? How I portray that in YouTube sense is I like being a consistent presence in the niche. Other channels can focus on making super polished, clean, squeaky clean videos. And if I end up pumping out a video that happens to be squeaky clean or super well edited, hey, that's cool. That's just because I felt like doing that in the moment. But I'm not going to focus on that. What I'm going to focus on is just being present, giving you guys genuine knowledge, information, and who I am, right? So if I'm making a fitness video, I'm not going to be super complicated or whatever about it. I'm just going to share my perspective with you guys and hopefully give you guys information and everything that's supportive. And I'll be there in the comment section down below, because ultimately the most important thing about YouTube for me is connecting with you guys. It's connecting with fellow nerds in the space that are interested in getting fit bodies like their favorite anime characters. They're interested in getting main character mindset shifts like their favorite anime characters, and are interested in just living the life that they want to be living. Like, that's a presence I want to have and embrace and showcase on this platform, is being the main character of your own story. For me, I identify as being a hero. I just love I love hero themes. So for me, it's about being the hero of my own story, but heroes are still main characters. So being the main character of your own story, or being the villain of your own story, whatever helps you go to sleep at night. And so I'm going to be focused on just being consistent. My goal is to get to comfortably be pumping out 5 videos a week. That's just my goal. That's what I want to be doing on YouTube. And to be engaging with you guys. I just want to engage. I just want you to always know that as a nerd, you always have someone in your corner believing in you and wanting to do their best to help you pull out your full potential. I don't know what to say about that, but if you've stuck around in this video for this long, I do appreciate you. If you have any thoughts and opinions you want to share with me, please do. I'm open ears. My biggest thing about YouTube and starting YouTube was connecting with fellow nerds, and I just want to be able to be a positive resource and a source of light in people's lives, especially nerdy people's lives. That's my people. I love everybody. I'm a Christian. I love everybody. But nerds, y'all my people, man. Y'all my people. Moral of the story, I'm going to be embracing the mess, and I'm not going to worry about having super clean, tightly edited, music on point videos. I'm just going to embrace the mess, try to be as consistent on this platform as possible, and connect with you guys. And if you guys are here for that, amazing. If you're not here for that, that's okay. Unsubscribe. I don't need you here. But also, you're always welcome to come back. I really don't care. Anyways, my filmmaker characters, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys giving me the platform to be able to speak my mind like this. And always remember that you're the main character of your own story. Peace.